rest of the weekend should be just fine. But boy, take it easy today. We've got a lot of rain out there right now. Most of it is north of Interstate 10, but there is round after round of heavier embedded thunderstorms. And the thing with some of these storms is they're like big rain rivers. Like it's going through a car wash kind of rain. They're capable of putting down about 2 to 3 inches of rain in an hour. So that's like a really heavy downpour. We'll be dealing with this off and on today and tonight. It tapers off late tonight. The weekend is dry. Temperatures today are not going to change much. They'll hold steady in the mid-upper 60s. Tomorrow starts out with clouds, but then it's sunny, really pleasant with highs low to mid-70s. We'll be close to 80 Sunday and then just getting warmer into the 80s Monday and Tuesday.
Temperature right now 64 at your official severe weather. Trending news is changing by the minute. News.
This report is sponsored by Red Pill America.
You also have people that are verified people on both sides.
That was President Trump saying that verified people are marching alongside neo-Nazis and skinheads and white supremacists.
We only tell you half the truth. Red Pill America tells the whole story. Listen to Red Pill America on the iHeartRadio.
Join the tribe. Let's sing from the 1990s. Play Travis and 160. Anybody acknowledge that?
All right, today's a good day to test your roof. Some roofs will fail today, only because they're at that point where they need to be replaced. There's always some sort of event that happens to a roof that's on its last legs, that finally puts it over the top. And today maybe about just a variety of different rain conditions coming in. Heavy at times, thunderstorm activity, pouring down rain. We're looking at maybe as much as 2 to 4 inches of rain today. Today and this evening. So it's a real test for your roof. And if your roof is kind of on its last legs, you're going to find out in a hurry. And if that happens to you today, please do yourself a favor. Keep this number handy, 281-480-ROOF, 281-480-7663. That's the phone number for Brinkman Quality Roofing Services. Those are the folks I use. I routinely inspect my roof to make sure that it's in good shape. It's easy for you to understand. That's what they do at Super Sure. Multiple policies, multiple applications, no clear view on how well it fits together with things when the questions come up. And you need to have somebody who's available to you. You get one broker at Super Sure, and the quality business insurance, backed by a team that will work with you all year long. It's one of those life-saving decisions that you need to take. And you have a line-print fax tool that can translate the legal jargon into just plain English that's easy to understand. SuperSure.com. Go to Grand Parkway at SuperSure.com and your car policy with no obligation. Find out if you have the right line of insurance. Go to SuperSure.com. I'm a super agency with a powerful platform, all the policies in one place. SuperSure.com. Paid for by SuperSure Insurance Agency, LLC, and licensed insurance agency.
Who said anything about a new system? Well, I mean, I was kind of assuming that Isn't that amazing? We're happy to show you a new system if you want it, but that's not our job.
Tell me more, Mr. M.
I send our trained technicians to you with only one goal. Solve the problem.
Solve the problem.
More often than not, someone with smarts knows how to fix it. And not just a Band-Aid, but really get more life out of it.
Better fixing, longer lasting. That's amazing.
That's called solving the problem.
Making my money go further.
An amazing promise from Amazing More.
And all I gotta do is schedule at
AmazingMore.com. You ever wonder how far a new view can take you on one charge? Well, most people drive about 40 miles a day, which means you can do all daily stuff no problem. Go to work, grab the kids at school, get the groceries, and still have enough charge to visit your in-laws in the next county. But they don't need to know that. And the best part, you won't have to buy gas at all. The way forward is electric. Explore EVs that fit your life at electricforall.org.
This report is sponsored by Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. Cars with a K. Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it today at carsforkids.org. Donation is super easy. Your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
I live in Katy.
740
Time here in Houston's one night. We should do a question today. I've been trying to think what could be a fun question. It's a Friday. Let's do a more fun question today. Or I guess the timing would be right for this. Tomorrow's the Kentucky Derby. I mentioned that at the opening of the program today. And kind of wondered out loud about the future of horse racing. I think people have been talking about the future of horse racing for a long, long time. I'm a little surprised that the Kentucky Derby, maybe not the Kentucky Derby, because I think Churchill Downs is still fairly well attended, and certainly they make a lot of money with this huge tailgate party that they do on the first Saturday of May. But other than that, in the Belmont Stakes, other than the Triple Crown, horse racing seems like it's, if not dead, very nearly dead. It's certainly not the popular sport that it used to be. And my question would be why? Do you follow horse racing at all? And if you do, what is it about it that you like so much? And if you don't, and you used to, why don't you anymore? And tell me what level of interest, if any, you have in the Kentucky Derby. Does that mean anything to you anymore? You go to the iHeartRadio app, KTRH, first name, where you're calling from, your thoughts on the Kentucky Derby and horse racing. It's 5:51 now. Let's do a little traffic and weather together as we check in with Gary Mack.
Yeah, back to the 610 East Loop northbound at McCarty. The closure continues. That one, as I mentioned previously, involves the tractor trailer, the hazmat spill. All traffic is being led off to the frontage road. Delays over an hour from past I-10 to Baytown East Freeway at this point. You may want to try for I-69 as your alternate. I-10 to Katy eastbound. This one, the crash involves 6 vehicles near Blaylock. Delays around 15 to 20, so not terrible. Plenty of emergency crews are out there on scene. Please give them some space to work. That's bumper to bumper beginning at Bunker Hill. Mark from Spring, what you got for me, sir?
Southbound, about 100 yards from the split from 69.
Okay.
There are 2 cars that lit up, and there's police motorcycle there.
We appreciate it. Also, Tyler coming in from Huffman.
Right now, I'm looking at northbound eastbound, there's an 18-wheeler blocking the whole road, or most of the road, on the right-hand side. It's starting to back up all the way to the 59 exit.
Gotcha. Appreciate it. Delays there around 20 minutes as well. Gary Mack, Ability Tree Experts, Traffic Center.
Bravo. Effect until 4 o'clock tomorrow morning. Raining heavy at times with afternoon thunderstorms 66. Rain ends overnight tonight. Then morning clouds becoming sunny and cool 74 for tomorrow. Sunny about 80 for the high temperature on Sunday. Right now the current temperature is 64 and your officials. Time to get you caught up on some of our top stories this morning. Here's Cliff.
President Trump says Iran wants to make a deal. A Scyther ISD behavioral specialist has been charged after allegedly assaulting a 16-year-old autistic boy who later died. Competitive eater Joey Chestnut says there are two foods he will not eat. They are raw oysters and Rocky Mountain oysters.
He doesn't.
That's no bull. Get the latest news anytime at KTRH.com. Our next update is at 6.
What has happened just yesterday is happening today. What happens? Things are happening right here
On News Radio 7.
Feisty testimony. It's the most entertaining thing coming out of Congress is when you have somebody like Pete Hegseth, Secretary of War, in front of a bunch of loony Democrats, who are trying to create as many gotcha moments as you can, especially about Operation Epic Fury. That he's been in front of Congress the last couple of days testifying about that. But he's giving it right back, and he's giving it good. Greg Gutfeld talking about that on his program last night.
2 months. In the previous administration, that's how long it took Biden to walk across the Rose Garden. And in that time, do you know what the troops have undertaken, what they've succeeded?
What they've undertaken, what they've succeeded, the success on the battlefield that could create strategic opportunities, the courage of a president to confront a nuclear Iran, and you call it a quagmire, handing propaganda to our enemies? Shame on you for that statement. Don't say I support the troops on one hand, and then a 2-month mission is a quagmire. That's a false equivalation. Who are you cheering for here? And you sit there and go on TV for your clickbait about quagmires. It undermines the mission. Your hatred for President Trump blinds you to the truth of the success of this mission.
Yeah. So, who are you cheering for, Congressman? We've erased Iran's military, leaders, and new capabilities quicker than it takes Kamala to polish off a six-pack. We blockaded the Strait of Hormuz, which Trump says is choking Iran like a stuffed pig. Which shows that even after all these years, he still thinks of Rosie O'Donnell. But Dems have a filter which turns every success into hatred for Trump. In fact, they're now asking questions that were once off limits when Sloppy Joe was snail trailing his way around the Oval Office. Do you believe that the president is mentally stable enough?
Do you believe that the president is mentally stable enough to be the commander-in-chief?
Did you ask the same question of Joe Biden for 4 years?
Mr. Secretary, Biden is
He's
not
the
the president.
sharpest, most insightful commander-in-chief we've had in generations. And you want to compare, you want to ask that question after you and your fellow Democrats defended Joe Biden, who could barely speak and
Mr.
didn't know what day of the
Secretary,
week it
as
was?
you know,
He governs through an auto pen. He had a Secretary of Defense who went AWOL for a week.
Like I said, he was during Houston's morning news.
You've got trending news. 740 KTRH.
Is the range just passing through? No, it's going to be around all day long. Yeah, it's already many incidents out there, and we'll get a full update for you here just a couple of minutes from now. Save this number. Pass it along to me if you see something out there, and I will put it on the 713-212 tips, our traffic tip line. I'm in the Ability Tree Experts Traffic Center. Be right back.
This report is sponsored by Wellness Unmasked with Dr. Nicole Sapphire.
Medical headlines, they're everywhere. But what do they really mean? Join me on Wellness Unmasked for a deeper look, plus the latest from the MAHA movement. Listen to Wellness Unmasked with Dr. Nicole Sapphire on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
TCLA 398 Lincoln. Hey, Mr. Morrow, do you want to hear my likes or not likes about this time of year?
Well, so let's start with your likes.
Well, I like more sunshine, swimming in the pool, or I like baseball.
This is going to be the year, fella.
But I don't like worrying about my AC.
Let you in on a little secret?
Lay it on me.
At Amazing Moro, we found that getting an Amazing Moro tune-up is the best way to prevent nearly 89% of all summer troubles.
How's that, Mr. M?
Our magical Moro technicians go in there and test power connections, tighten anything that's loose, calibrate for the right temperature, and clean out any gunk that's left over from the winter.
Holy smokes, Mr. Morrow, I didn't know you did all that stuff with an Amazing Moro tune-up.
Little attention now is one of the best ways to prevent problems in the future.
That's pretty cool, Mr. Morrow.
All summer long, fella. Schedule now.
So a bad guy is approaching in the night, and you're at your apartment complex, you're going in, you just want to go to sleep. You've been studying all night, you've been working all night, you're exhausted. Bad guy walks up on you. For ladies, you got your little clutch purse with you. If you can reach in there, put your hand on your burn-on less lethal launcher, and prepare yourself if this person gets within a certain range and you ask them to stop and they don't, that you're going to defend yourself. That is a whole different degree of agency. You are taking control of your own security. Burnup, BYRNA.com. They say it'll incapacitate somebody for 40 minutes. I don't know if that's true or not, because nobody will let me shoot them. But I can tell you this, you are responsible for your own security, and there are bad people afoot. Period. End of story. Burnup, BYRNA.com. Join us as Pledge.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
This is News Radio 740, KTRH, Houston, an iHeart radio station. Now, it's more of what matters to you from the John Moore Services Studios.
6 a.m. now here on Houston's Morning News. I'm Jimmy Barrett. Among our top stories this half hour, looks like we have daycare fraud Minnesota style right here in Texas. Street flooding, that's a concern. We're under a flood watch right now. And coming up at 6:08, getting creative with the add-on fees. Details in the minutes ahead. First, we're checking out that morning drive with Gary Mack.
Yeah, let's be real. It's bad out there. We just cleared one from the east side, 225 eastbound, right there at the Fred-Hartman Bridge. So we're getting back to normal there. We have 11 working accidents, including delays over an hour on the 68 East Loop northbound, as has been the case for a few hours now at McCarty. The tractor trailer, which rolled over the hazmat spill to clean up all the entire 9 yards, that is backed up starting at past I-10, the Baytown East Freeway. Also to 288 now southbound, compounding our issues at 69 the Southwest Freeway. A right lane is blocked by that crash. That's gridlock starting at the Gulf Freeway. As you heard Tyler mention, North Sam Houston Tollway eastbound at Wilson Road. A couple of right lanes blocked. Could be possibly more. That's on camera 2102. It's changing. And that's at a standstill starting at Mesa Road. I'm Gary Mack, and the Ability Tree Experts Traffic Center.
From our KTRH Top Tax Defenders 24-hour weather center flood watch that's in effect until 4 o'clock tomorrow morning. Raining heavy at times with afternoon thunderstorms. High temperature today about 66. We'll check in with Terry Smith here in about 9 minutes with a complete forecast and find out where the heaviest rain is going to be here and the times that we need to be particularly careful. Right now, it is currently 64 at your official severe weather station, News Radio 740 KTRH. It's time for the news. Here's Cliff Saunders.
And we're sponsored by Allied Siding and Windows. Our top story of the week is ending on a wet note, a very wet note.
There is a flood watch that starts early Friday and goes all the way through early Saturday, so it's pretty much all day Friday. 2 to 4 inches of rain is going to be routine, and this is going to bring in a street flooding threat.
Anthony Yanez with our TV partner, Channel 2, Operation Storm Watch up and running at KTRH. Any potential delays, closings, and power outages. We had some earlier in terms of outages. A lot of those have been resolved by CenterPoint. Let us know what you're seeing. You can use the TalkBack feature on the iHeartRadio app. Also topping the news, President Donald Trump on Newsmax last night redrawing his red line in the sand for Iran.
They're going to either have a nuclear weapon or they're not. And if they're not, they're in big trouble. Big. Even bigger than they are right now.
Oil futures this morning are up to $105.11 a barrel. The Dow closed up almost 800 points yesterday after first quarter GDP growth bounced back from what we saw in the fourth quarter of last year, now at an annualized rate of 2%. Dow futures are up 135 points this morning. The president signing a bill to end the 75-day-long Democrat DHS shutdown. Speaker Mike Johnson.
We got the budget resolution passed. This is very, very important because that will ensure that border security and immigration enforcement will continue today and well into the future.
ICE isn't funded by this, but Republicans are advancing a reconciliation bill to take care of that for the rest of Trump's term in office. Now, Trump made it clear he is serious about fighting the cartels, but is Mexico serious about it?
The U.S. has turned up the heat, and Mexico is contributing.
The extradition of so many cartel bosses we have never seen in the history of Mexico, and that is allowing us to have intelligence to go after them.
Former DPS Captain Jason Jones says the game has changed in an unprecedented way, but there is a rift forming, with Mexico saying they've done their part.
From the United States point, we are appreciative of what they've done, and that rub is really starting to take hit now.
He says working together is the best option and would cause less problems. Andre Perard, News Radio 740, KTRH.
It's now 6:04. A new bombshell report from Texas Scorecard finds that nearly 30 businesses in North Texas are suspected of H-1B visa fraud. Senior editor Brandon Walton's telling KTRH this is similar to what they uncovered in Minnesota.
This is an issue that is getting a lot of attention right now. These businesses are set up essentially just so that they can bring in people, just as a means of bringing in people through a visa without any intention to actually do any work with these companies.
Governor Greg Abbott has suspended H-1B visas until the end of the next legislative session, and Attorney General Ken Paxton is taking legal action against those businesses. He's also launched a legal fight against a business he says is operating a massive birth tourism scheme.
This just goes to show the risks involved with our current birthright citizenship rules.
It's a very important concern for national security. The Chinese obviously have long-term plans. They are an adversarial nation.
Ira Melman with FAIR says this is fraud and needs to be addressed nationally.
You have states like California and New York that basically have taken the position that they want people to come to the United States by whatever means.
He says this could be solved by President Trump's executive order on birthright citizenship, which is currently in the Supreme Court's hands. Ethan Buchanan, News Radio 740 KTRH.
Camp Mystic, where 27 children and counselors passed away last year in the flooding, will not reopen this summer. First draft of their license application was rejected, but experts say that was a common occurrence this year.
It's 100% not unique at all. It's been almost universal.
Eddie Walker with the Christian Camp and Conference Association says they're all getting used to the new rules. License applications he suspects were reviewed by AI. The Texas Rangers continue to investigate Camp Mystic. Speaking of AI, a tech company founder says an AI coding agent caused a major disruption after deleting critical business data. Tech expert Matt Rosen says the system wiped out the company's production database in a matter of seconds, but only because the owner of the company gave the AI agent too many permissions without the proper human oversight.
AI will ask for permissions, and if people don't understand the permissions they're giving it, it will do what it needs to do to get the job done. And sometimes that's a detriment of something else happening. So what's road?
The situation is, though, raising new questions about how much control companies should hand over to artificial intelligence. Astros split a doubleheader in Baltimore, losing the opener 10-3, winning the second game 11-5. They're in Boston tonight. 3 games at 5 on Sports Talk 790. And the Rockets host Los Angeles in Game 6 of their playoff series, needing a win to keep their season going. That game will be here on KTRH, starting with pregame coverage at 7:30. I'm Cliff Saunders on Houston's news, weather, and traffic station. News Radio 740 KTRH.
Traffic and weather when you need it most. coast. This is Houston with Jimmy Barrett and the team.
Nobody charges you higher taxes. They just want to charge you fees. It's not, by the way, it's not just government that's doing this now. We'll get to the government thing in a second. Royal Caribbean Cruise Line evidently has a $30 fee that you can now pay if you want to know your stateroom ahead of time. That's something they used to routinely tell you. You book a reservation, and then you can find out or pick up from available staterooms which one you want to stay in. Well, now evidently at Royal Caribbean, if you want to know what stateroom they've assigned you, you have to pay a $30 fee in order to know that information. I guess some people will be willing to pay it. Other people are going to go, what? $30 just to know which room I'm in? I mean, it's going to be in the category that you picked, that you signed up for, but you're not going to know what floor it's on or exactly where on the ship it is until you pay the $30 fee. So that's their way to try to raise some extra money. Meanwhile, we've got a budget deficit here in the city of Houston that is astronomical. And the mayor's trying to figure out how he can make some extra money without raising taxes because he's promised not to raise taxes. So welcome in the garbage fee, which we've never had in the city of Houston before. All the suburbs have it, but here's a report from KHOU 11.
Well, the city says it'll be $5 a month for the first 2 years, then $25 a month every year after that. Some city council members are telling me it's necessary. Trash services in the city of Houston are not perfect. We've reported how they've been plagued by problems in recent years, and the city has never charged residents a separate trash fee. Tonight, we've learned that could soon change. Houston City Council members have confirmed to KHOU 11 that Houston Mayor John Whitmire intends to propose a monthly administrative fee in his city budget presentation on Tuesday. For the first 2 years, the fee will be $5 a month. After that, it jumps to $25 a month.
We have to do something. We're not going to raise taxes, as I understand.
Houston City Council member Dr. Carolyn Evans Shabazz says she believes residents will understand the need for a monthly fee in order to improve the city's trash services.
With that fee, we should be able to hire more people, make sure our equipment is operating, because that happens a lot. The equipment breaks down, and then people don't get their trash picked up. And so I do believe that if we deliver, now if we don't deliver the services, then we may have a problem.
The mayor's office declined to comment at this time and said the full details of the proposed budget will be revealed on Tuesday. The city of Houston is an outlier among others across the state, both big and small. Pasadena charges almost $34 a month. Sugarland, Pearland, and League City charge a little over $20 a month. Outside of our region, it's more expensive. Dallas residents pay more than $40 a month, and Austin more than $64. And San Antonio charges residents a little less than $36 a month. One important note, the fee is for people who use the city of Houston's trash service, not people who currently use private trash services.
And that would be me out in the suburbs. We have a private trash service that's connected to our neighborhood. It comes through the HOA, though. I know how much I pay in HOA dues every year. I just don't know how much of that is going to pay for the trash. But I think the city council woman nailed it. It's one thing to charge a fee. It's another, and to have the trash pickup become something it isn't now, reliable. Have equipment that works. Have a responsive government taking care of the trash versus what we have right now. So if they raise the fee and the problems don't get fixed, then that's when people are going to be upset. Time for traffic and weather together. We're checking out the drive again. Here's Gary Mack.
Yeah, one down, several more to go. I-10, the Katy Freeway eastbound. This accident involved is up to 6 vehicles at Blaylock. We are now good to go. Delays got those almost down into the single digits. Over to pass to get down Dina on the East San Houston Tollway northbound around Highway 225. That's a new crash as well. I'm looking at it. Has been moved over to the outside shoulder. Channelview I-10, the Beast eastbound at Uvalde. That's a fender bender off in a couple of right lanes. Delays are minor. We're talking 5 minutes. Now let's take it back to the north. north south eastbound at Wilson Road. This one involves an overturned tractor trailer and blocking at least a couple of right lanes. Delays at around 20 minutes, if not more. Also an overturned tractor trailer and hazmat spill to boot. 610 the East Loop northbound around McCarty. Delays over an hour. You can use I-10 as your alternate there. That is now bumper to bumper starting at Market Street. Gary Mack, Generator, Supercenter.com traffic center.
From our KTRH Top Tax Defenders 24-hour weather center. It's amazing there'll be little rain due to our lives here in Houston, Texas, Terry Smith. But we're getting a little bit more than a little rain today, aren't we?
Like Mother Nature is definitely making her presence felt this morning. I think we're going to be dealing with moderate to heavy rain off and on through the morning hours. We may get some lighter rain amounts, but it's just like one wave of storms after another. And the thing is, the atmosphere is totally juiced. I mean, it is really moisture laden. And so we're seeing some heavy rain in spots. There is a flood watch that's in effect until 4 o'clock Saturday morning. And that's because with these heavy downpours, we may get some localized flooding. Unfortunately, they're training along the same area where it's like they're like a train on a track. They're just riding across the same area. So these grounds are going to get saturated pretty quickly. We'll continue to watch it, keep you posted. So far, it's just a watch. If there's anything that gets a little heavier than that, we'll let you know. 90% chance of showers and storms today and tonight. The weekend clears out. We've got sunshine, comfortable temperatures, low to mid-70s tomorrow and close to 80 on Sunday.
Right now, 64 at your official severe weather station, News Radio 740 KTRH.
This report is sponsored by CumminsRecall.com.
Recall 67A mobile appointments are now available in your area. We come to you, quick, easy, and under an hour. Complete the recall to get $500, plus a warranty worth thousands. Schedule today at CumminsRecall.com.
This spring, before mild,
Have a beautiful day.
depends on the weather, turns wild. Things can get out of control. Turn on your official severe weather station.
Turn on the radio.
News Radio 740 KTRH.
All right, I'm a big fan of Trajan Wealth. I'm an even bigger fan of Pete Riley. He is the guy that heads up the Houston area offices. They're based out of the Woodlands, if you want to get technical about it. And they have a new phone number. They decided, you know what, let's make this simple. Because, everybody had different numbers for different offices at Trajan Wealth. And we needed something simple, something that is easy for people to remember. This is pretty simple. 1-855-TRAJAN-1. That's pretty simple, right? Even I can remember that. 1-855-TRAJAN-1. So if you want to make an appointment with Pete Riley at Trajan Wealth, that's the number you want to use. 1-855-TRAJAN-1. He can meet with you in the Woodlands, Champion, Sugarland, any one of those three locations, whichever is closest to your home or business. He needs about an hour of your time. He'll ask you to bring a few things along so that he can see what you're doing right now and talk to you about that. And it's good to have a frank conversation. Most of us don't do that very often. And it's good to be thinking about where you're at, where you're going, how you're going to get there. You have to have a plan. Good things do not happen without a plan. A lot of bad things happen without a plan, but not very many good things happen without a plan. This retirement thing, it doesn't happen by osmosis. It requires your participation, not just in retirement, but getting ready for retirement. So make an appointment, sit down with Pete Riley. I think you'll find that he's a great guy. He's a fellow listener, and he will listen very intently to what you have to tell him about your life and where your life is going, so he can make some good recommendations to you. Again, the number 1-855-TRAJAN-1, or go to Trajan, TRAJAN, TrajanWealth.com. Advisory services through Trajan Wealth LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Actual client, paid advertisement. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textingterms.us. Texting enrolls you for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message data rates may apply. Apply. Stop.
This is an important message for all parents of teens. If your teen or preteen is or has been addicted to social media sites such as Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok, or YouTube, and they have suffered from eating disorders, body image issues, anxiety, depression, or suicidal thoughts, you may be eligible to participate in a lawsuit for significant compensation. Text PARENT to 323232 to find out more. Disclosures by a Facebook whistleblower show Instagram and Facebook know their social media platforms were highly addictive and may have caused eating disorders disorders, body image issues, depression, and suicidal ideation. That's right. It appears these social media companies knew they had been causing serious harm to kids, but have done little to stop it. If your teen has been harmed by social media like Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok, or YouTube, then you could be eligible for significant compensation. Text PARENT to 323232 if you'd like to discuss a lawsuit. Text PARENT to 323232.
Payne Attorney spokesperson, Media Advertising Specialists, LLC, is responsible for the content of this ad with principal offices in Chicago, Illinois.
When the unexpected happens, get your vehicle to Lone Star Collision Center in Jersey Village and get free estimates. Lone Star Collision Center has state-of-the-art equipment, expert color matching technology, and we'll get your vehicle fixed right the first time. Plus, you'll get Chevrolet certified service guaranteed and backed by a lifetime warranty. And Lone Star is certified for Corvette, Honda, and Acura. So log on LoneStarChevroletCollisionCenter.com. Then hurry to the Lone Star Collision Center in Jersey Village. Chevy, together, let's drive.
Nurses Week sale is here. Shop scrubs and gear in store or at scrubsandbeyond.com.
You'll use the radio in your car more than anything else. When buying
Is that a cop?